Hi everybody, today we are going to review Level 2 sentence analysis, parts of a sentence. So the two parts of a sentence are the subject and the predicate. The subject is what we're talking about, and the predicate is what we're saying about it. For example, in this sentence, Susan gave the caterpillar a leaf. Susan is our subject. What did we sing about her? She gave the caterpillar a leaf. The next sentence, the caterpillar made a cocoon. The caterpillar is our sentence. What did the caterpillar do? Made a cocoon. And finally, butterflies are beautiful. Butterflies is the subject. What are we saying about it? They're beautiful. Great. So, in the analysis, your predicate will contain one of the following in Level 2. A linking verb, or LVP, is going to always have a subject complement, SC. An action verb, we're going to call that AVP. An action verb can just be an action verb, and you're just going to say AVP, and that's it. But sometimes the action verb, AVP, is going to have a direct object, and you're going to label that a DO. And sometimes an action verb, AVP, is going to have a direct object as well as an indirect object. So let's do one for an example. And a tip. A linking verb, or LVP, is always going to be followed by an SC. LVP, SC always go together. So let's do the two levels. So butterflies, noun. Are is a verb, and beautiful is an adjective. Level 1. Level 2, what are we talking about? Butterflies. What are we saying about them? Well, they're saying they are beautiful. Since are and LVP is like an equal sign, so they are LVP. And what are they? What are they equal to? They are beautiful. So beautiful is the subject complement. And here we have a sentence where you just have the AVP. Butterflies flutter around the flower. So butterflies, level 1, noun, flutter, it's a good verb, around the flower. Well, that's a prepositional phrase. Around is a preposition. The is an adjective, and flower is a noun. So, second level, what are we talking about? Butterflies is the subject. What are we saying about them? Well, we're saying they're fluttering, and that's definitely an action, so AVP. Then if there's anything in a prepositional phrase, you just leave it alone. You don't call it anything. It can't be a direct object. You're done. Let's take a look at this one. An action verb with a direct object. So here we have the caterpillar made a cocoon. So level 1, caterpillar is a noun, made is a verb, is an adjective, and cocoon is a noun. So here there's no prepositional phrase. So what are we talking about? Caterpillar is the subject. What kind of a verb? Make. Well, that's definitely an action verb. So AVP. And what did they make? Cocoon. They made the cocoon directly, so that is the direct object. Okay, here we have an AVP that has a direct object and an indirect object. Susan gave the caterpillar a leaf. How nice of her. So Susan is a noun, gave is a verb, the adjective, caterpillar noun, adjective, leaf noun. Okay, so who are we talking about? Susan. She's the subject of the sentence. Gave, that's definitely an action, AVP. All right, so what did she give? She didn't give the caterpillar, she gave a leaf. So leaf is our DO, but to whom did she give it? The caterpillar. So caterpillar is our indirect object. All right. Some level 2 tips. If the sentence is imperative, if it's a command, the subject is understood to be you. So, catch the butterfly. Do it. So what I like to do here is put in the you. It's an imperative sentence. I'm talking to you. I'm telling you to do something. So I write it in. Catch, definitely a verb. The, adjective. Butterfly, noun. So what is the subject of the sentence? You are. So those can be kind of tricky because they're not written down. You just have to kind of remember that is the case. Catch, definitely. LVP, or AVP, that's the action. And what are they catching? A butterfly. That is receiving the action of the catching. So it is the direct object. Another tip is the subject can be compound. So butterflies and caterpillars are living creatures. Okay, so butterflies, caterpillars, equally the subject of the sentence. The subject of the sentence, the subject complement can also be compound. Mrs. Ryan is a teacher and a mother. Yes, I am. So Mrs. Ryan is the subject of the sentence. And the subject complement, SC, because LVP is a linking verb. So teacher and mother are both the subject complement because I am equally those two things. All right. The predicate can be compound, right? So caterpillars eat all day and sleep all night. Caterpillars are what we're talking about, but they eat, which is an AVP, and they sleep, equally an AVP. So that's compound. And the same way, direct objects and indirect objects can also be compound. So in the sentence, Miles made Sarah and I a present and a card. How nice. Miles is the subject of the sentence. Made is the AVP. And we see, what did Miles make? A present and a card. Therefore, that's the direct object. For whom did he make those things? Both of those things, for Sarah and I. So those can be compound as well. And prepositional phrases, this could be tricky. The object of a preposition can never be the subject complement, direct object, or indirect object. Therefore, bracketing those phrases is really important. So Josh is the leader of the pack. Real quick here, Josh is a noun. Is a verb. The is an adjective. Leader is a noun. Of, well, we got a preposition here, but I'm going to bracket that phrase right away. The is an adjective. Pack is a noun. So the subject for level 2, Josh, that's who we're talking about. What are we saying about Josh? We're saying he is the leader. So it's linking verb LVP. It's like an equal sign. So leader, subject complement. Now, you wouldn't normally think, oh, Josh is the pack, but sometimes when you're analyzing sentences, you may bounce forward and accidentally call something a subject complement, but if it's inside those brackets in the prepositional phrase, you'll know not to do that. All right, so let's do a couple more examples. Sydney made a cake for me. How nice of Sydney. Sydney is a noun. Made is a verb. Is an adjective. Cake, noun. For me, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to bracket that prepositional phrase. Prep. Me is a pronoun. Then we're going to do the second level. Sydney is the subject. What did she do? Actively. AVP. What did she make? She made a cake. So that's the direct object. Now here's where it gets tricky, because when you say she made a cake, for whom did she make it? She made it for me. Well, for me, if you put it like this, is in a prepositional phrase, so you leave it alone. It's not the indirect object. There is no indirect object in the way the sentence is written. And one more very unpleasant sentence. The bug flew into my soup. Let's do the whole thing, is an adjective, bug is a noun, flew is a verb. Into, we're going to bracket it because it's a preposition. My, it's an adjective also. A lot of people want to say my is a pronoun, but it's not. It's possessive pronoun, meaning in the sentence it's acting like an adjective. Soup is a noun. So who are we talking about, or what are we talking about? The bug, subject of the sentence. What did the bug do? It flew, AVP. And then we know we're done because everything else is in brackets because it's a prepositional phrase. Okay, so hopefully that's a good review for you for the second level and the first level analysis of sentences. Thanks.